What should you do if you get a nudge letter from HMRC? Quite often people are very concerned when they get documentation through the post from HMRC telling them that HMRC think they're not paying the right amount of tax. This can often be the case if you're new to the UK or have only been here a short period of time and you've potentially got foreign income and gains. As we've said before, if you're a UK tax resident, you're taxable on your global income and gains. And whilst there may be complications around taxation in other countries, the starting point as a UK tax resident is the UK has the right to tax it. But many people come to the UK and think that income that they may have left behind in the form of savings or investments in their home country is not actually taxable in the UK, and that's not the case. The first thing to do is to not panic. HMRC are actually pretty decent in terms of how they go about these sorts of investigations, and really all they're interested in is making sure that you pay the right tax. And whilst there are penalties and interest that can apply, these are all governed by legislation, and so you're not in the position of having a vindictive tax inspector deciding to make an example of you or teach you a lesson. The most sensible thing to do is to get in touch with us here at LSR Partners, as we help a lot of clients who get these letters. There's a fairly well-worn process in terms of how you go about disclosing your income and gains to HMRC. And whilst there can often be some back and forth with disagreements about penalties and calculations, all HMRC are looking to do is to get to the right answer as quickly as possible for you to be able to pay the tax, and then everyone can get on with their lives. The one thing you cannot do is ignore the letter, because that's where things can start to get difficult if HMRC start to think that you might be deliberately trying to conceal income and gains that are taxable in the UK. You always want to make sure you're in what they call the careless category of error and not anything that could be viewed as a concealment. As I say, we deal with this a huge amount, and so the best thing to do is to get in touch with us here at LSR Partners.